Hi, thanks for watching my video on visiblebanking.com. Today we're in Singapore after the Retail Banking Innovations event from VRL, and I'm very delighted to spend some time with Matt Flannery, the co-founder and CEO of Kiva.org. Bonjour Matt, ça va?
Bonjour, ça va bien? Oui.
Ça va très bien, et toi? No, it's a great pleasure. I think Kiva is one of the best, online innovations in the last 3 years now, 4 years. Could you please explain the concept behind Kiva and the vision and the story?
Yeah. So the concept, really quick, is online lending to poor people for the purpose of alleviating poverty. So right now we work in about 25 countries, and people are lending to people over the internet in really small amounts. So someone in Seattle might lend to somebody in Senegal to help them start a tailoring business. And it's actually, we focus on loans instead of donations, and that's a big part of how we started, is that focus on lending rather than charitable donations. And so people lend small amounts, maybe $25, and they get paid back over time, and they can re-lend the money to somebody else.
So it's social lending, micropayments, social media like user-generated content, profiles. I think everything connects fairly well. Could you please, so you said 25 countries, and the borrowers and the lenders, can you explain that? Is it mainly in the US, people lending money, or can you give us an idea of the coverage?
Sure. You know, it really started out as a personal project. At first it was just my family lending to 7 people, so my family in sort of the Pacific Northwest of the USA, lending money to people in Uganda.
Why Africa?
I was there sort of volunteering in microfinance. I was really interested in the field, was interviewing small entrepreneurs there, sort of took a sabbatical from my job, was interviewing people like a fish seller or a goat herder about the state of their business. And I was totally inspired by the stories, really progressive, positive stories, instead of the stories I was used to growing up, which were really negative about Africa in particular.
It's people who don't have a lot, but then still they make the most of what they have available.
Totally. It's interesting, in some of the most economically depressed parts of the world, you have some of the most spiritually or emotionally enthusiastic people in the world. And so I saw the internet as a great way to convey that positivity to people and broadcast people's dreams all over the world and connect them.
And to show people that it's doable, you can make a positive contribution wherever you're based, basically. And it doesn't matter if you can give $2,000 potentially or $10, you can still contribute and change somebody's life.
Yes, and that's a slogan maybe I'd heard long ago, which is a little money goes a long way. But when you're actually living and witnessing this, it's just so true. It's just undeniably true. And the great thing about the internet is you can convey that reality in a real-time basis rather than through marketing material, through a poster or a brochure. You can actually demonstrate to somebody in real time over the course of a few months that someone's life is changing and someone actually can make a difference.
That's a great thing around, again, what I call social media, or you've got the human touch, you can get to know the person, and then you can follow up. It's not only, yes, I want some money, as you said, but you follow the life, if I may say, of the entrepreneur. You know how he invests the money. I love the stories on Kiva, where borrowers or lenders visit borrowers in third world countries. That's amazing. It's just the human touch. It's incredible. I think it's almost spiritual. So you went to Africa, you went back to the US, you started creating a website, so a small website at first, but because in early 2005, the concept of social lending didn't really exist.
Yes.
So can you explain that, the context? Must have been quite tough to be the first one to do that.
Yeah, I was really in a void at that time. I didn't know, there was no idea of the space of online lending or social lending, as you put it. So it was totally in a void that we were making this site, questioning whether you could actually send money to the Uganda, $25 there, and then get it back. Who would regulate that transaction? Would people feel safe doing that? And how it would be received? And it was really an experiment. It wasn't, a play in a space where we're trying to strategically, get part of that space. We're really creating a new space. And right after we started, we were joined by others that had similar ideas all over the world, which is really validating and really uplifting to see other sites like Zopa in the UK. I think they launched maybe 3 months after I had launched my little site, and
You launched in February 2005, or?
yeah, our site was live. It was on the internet in January 2004, actually, but it was actually receiving
2004.
Right.
Okay.
No.
5.
2005.
Okay,
Sorry.
which is already, very impressive. But
Right. It was early
Yeah.
2005. The site was actually up. It was actually receiving loans in April 2005, and it was actually going through my bank account, through my checking account. We weren't an organization.
Scary.
So it was really an experiment.
With the dream team.
Yes, the dream team.
So you created the website, Zopa came in, Prosper a bit later, so the social lending phenomenon really started to take off. In the US, I want to say very famous or quite famous, the Kiva concept, because you had like endorsements from very high-profile people like Bill Clinton. So maybe you can share that just for a few seconds. You even went on air during Oprah show, which should be an experience as well, I assume. So extremely high visibility, and I think that it's proven every day when people want to raise some money or find loans. I think you found them extremely quickly, so you can maybe give us a few statistics around that. But in Europe, it's not that famous yet, so how do you plan to target Europe maybe more, not aggressively, but in a good way? How do you plan to spread the word in Europe?
Well, what we've seen throughout our history is that things really start at the bottom or at the grassroots level, and they sort of trickle up. So long before we were on Oprah, we were in a few blogs that really caused demand and really caused the interest. So a blog named Daily Coast or a blog named Boing Boing picked us up really early and created a lot of grassroots enthusiasm. And it was only later that larger press really takes hold. So when I think about Europe, I hope it could happen in a similar fashion where we could sort of target the people already interested in using Kiva, tap into them and energize them and empower them to spread the word more, and hopefully eventually sort of crack that case of getting larger pickup. We have about 9% of our user base is in Europe right now.
9%. Yeah. What's the biggest country in terms of number of users?
In terms of lending, the UK is the biggest country. Belgium is a close second. France is a close third, I think.
Très bien, très bien.
Ah oui, c'est très bien. But we have a long way to go in sort of educating that user base and being seen as not just an American brand, but as a global movement, really, of people just contributing small amounts of money.
Okay, so there's still a long way to go. You need to find champions, basically, champions of the concept, who could relay and spread the word locally in their markets. Yeah, bloggers, again, any kind of high-profile people online, persons again.
I think so. I think so.
Africa, so I think most of the loans are going to Africa. Am I correct? You're doing Asia as well, South America, and other parts of the world. I know it all started with Africa. So we should have more French people, no, for Western Africa. Or is it more Eastern Africa that's your target or on the platform today?
Well, we have a number of
loans
in West Africa, a number in East Africa, to concentrations around Senegal, Ghana, on the West African side.
Côte d'Ivoire?
Côte d'Ivoire, just a little bit, un petit peu là-bas. But, in East Africa, Kenya is really the center of microfinance, as well as Uganda.
Yeah.
So it started in East Africa, really, spread a little bit to West Africa, and then since that time, it's been pretty global. So we actually have partners in South America, all over Central America, Southeast Asia now. I'm going to Cambodia tomorrow.
Exciting.
Yeah, this is my first trip to Asia, so I'm excited to see a different take on poverty alleviation.
I understand, same thing here. First trip to Asia. No, that's great. In terms of, so we said Europe, in terms of story, yes. The next steps in terms of technology, do you see the website changing in the near future? Do you need more features? Do you need to provide people with even better or more comprehensive communication tools? Or how do you see, what's the next step? Mobile?
Well, mobile may be the next step, but the next step probably would be just we're getting so much content from all over the world, but it's not really well formatted and delivered very handily to our users. So I think emphasis on video, we're getting a ton of video coming up on our site, but it's all on YouTube right now. So sort of integrating that to our site and giving it to our users is really important.